Hello. We're now going to have the final set of the evening, which is going to begin with a OuTraPo performance led by Stanley Chapman, and that'll be followed by some readings of the activities you've done.
This is a little play, really composed by Andrew here. We're calling it The Lobster Who Fell in Love with a Can of Corned Beef, simply because that's a title from a fable by Jarry, but it's a nice title. This little play is in 2 acts, and it's based on the first lines of the 12 Shakespeare plays and the last lines of the same plays, not in the same order. And after that, the lines are performed with the stage directions from Bernard Shaw's Man and Superman. So Shakespeare and Shaw and these kids. To make it clear, I'm going to be the narrator reading the stage directions. So what I say they should do, if they behave themselves. So Act 1 is in 2 acts. We're going to perform them straight on, but I'll tell you where the difference comes. So Act 1 is the first lines. Act 2 is based on the last lines of these 12 well-known Shakespeare plays. So Act 1.
Who's there?
And the moment B appears, A's face expands into fatherly liking and welcome. An expression which drops into one of decorous grief as B approaches him with sorrow in his face as well as in his black clothes. C, handshake with B and cheering up.
When shall we 3 meet again? In thunder, lightning, or rain?
B takes out a handkerchief and cries unaffectedly. A takes from the table a book and reads it.
Hung be the heavens with black, yield day tonight.
A throws the book violently down on the table. B, somewhat relieved, comes past the table to B and addresses B at close quarters with impressive gravity.
In sooth, I know not why I am so sad. Where is me? You say, where is you? But how I caught it, found it, or came by it, what stuff 'tis made of, whereof it is born, I am to learn. And such a want-wit sadness makes it, that I have much ado to know myself.
He starts off like a goaded ox in the direction of C. Real sympathies. As B speaks, she fumes down to A, when he receives B still more confidence.
Hence! Home, you idle creatures, get you home. Is this a holiday? What? Know you not? Being mechanical, ought you not walk upon a labouring day without the sign of your profession? Speak, what trade art thou?
D, hammering out his words with suppressed fury.
Now is the winter of our discontent, a glorious summer by this son of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon this house, in the deep bosom of this ocean buried.
B throws the book into the wastepaper basket with such vehemence that C recoils under the impression that it's being thrown at his head.
So shaken as are we, so wan with care, find we a time for frightened peace to pant and breathe short weird accents of new broils to be commenced in strands afar remote.
D compresses his lips but says nothing. C, touched on his most sensitive point,
In delivering my son from me, I bury a second husband.
There is a touch of chivalry in D's scrupulous attention to A, even whilst his whole soul is absorbed by B.
Open your ears. For which of you will stop the vent of hearing when loud rumors?
Pause. They all look portentous, but they have nothing to say. A little ruffled by the lack of any responses, continues.
Two households, both alike in dear Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new misery, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
C, in a low musical voice.
If music be the food of love, play on. In the excess of it that's surfeiting, the appetite may sicken and so die.
A turns his head and looks fixedly at B, who angrily refuses to receive this mute communication. Exit. Straight on right to, which is the last lines of the plays. So A, politely to C, but without a ray of gratitude.
Speak loudly for him. Take up the bodies. Such a sight as this becomes the field, but here shows much amiss. Go, bend the shoulders and shoot.
B hurries away to overtake A and C.
Let our drums strike.
C slapping his hands.
So thanks to all at once and to each one whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.
A follows C caressingly. A amazed.
Margaret shall now be queen and rule the king, but I will rule both her, the king, and realm.
D laughs naughtily.
So called the field to rest and lets away to part the glories of this happy day.
A throwing up their hands.
Well, while I live, I'll fear no other thing, so sore as keeping safe Nerissa's ring.
C pets A's cheek.
Rebellion in this land shall lose his sway, meeting the check of such another day. And since this business so fair is done, let us not leave till our own be won.
D to B, putting his arm round B.
Now civil wounds are stopped. Peace lives again. That she may live longer, God save.
B turning to D, as if to let him into a secret.
Your hands, your gentle hands lend us and take our hearts.
D smiting his brow.
My tongue is weary, but my legs are too. I would bid you good night, so kneel down before you, but indeed pray to the Queen.
C looking round carefully to make sure that A is not within earshot.
Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished.
B reeling with a supreme effort.
But that's all one. Our play is done, and we'll strive to please you every day.
B swoons. There is universal laughter.